Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Retro Gaming with Hopper. Today we're going to start touching up this playing field. Last episode you seen I got her all cleaned up, stripped down to where we can get at everything. I got her all cleaned up. See, nice white bumpers now. Targets are all nice and red. Got them all nice and cleaned up. I got mostly all the dirt up off the playing surface. There's some that's really ground in that I didn't want to work on too hard because I don't want to wear too much of the paint away. You know, it's bad enough that we got a lot of touching up to do. I didn't want to make any more for hers. But today we're going to start touching up this playing field and get it looking good. Now, what I'll do is I'll wipe all my areas down with alcohol to clean any residual stuff off of it, so the paint will adhere a lot better, and that way it'll look better and it won't peel or blister on us. But yeah, look at that, nice and white. The up and down posts. There's our post. Even our tunnel looks good. I cleaned everything. Even cleaned down here. And like I said, I always take the aprons off and I always clean that up. Because when you're standing back here playing, you're able to see under those aprons. And if it's all dirty, you can see the dirt laying under there. And we don't want to see dirt. We want to just see a great looking playing field. So we're going to touch up, and then we'll wax this up in this episode and put it all back together. And then we'll be ready to start working on the mechanical end of this. All the fun electronic stuff. I did a little bit of it a couple videos ago, a couple episodes ago, just to kind of get a jump on it, because I knew there were some things that needed to be done and I could go ahead and do them. As it is now, if I turn the machine off and then turn it on, my lock relay doesn't even come on. I have to reach in and hit the lock relay so we can at least get some lights on the playing field. No lights on the backboard yet. That'll be the first thing we probably tackle, is to get that, because once you find out what that problem is, then other things just kind of start falling into place. And when I first plugged it in, it was stuck in reset mode. It just wanted to keep resetting. And I had to go through and disconnect a couple of coils so it wouldn't keep resetting on us, at least so I could get this done. This needs to be done first, because the mechanical end of it is no big deal. We'll get that all worked out. We have the schematics. We can run everything down. If we're missing anything, we'll order more stuff. Whatever it takes, this will be finished and it will be up and running as a working pinball machine like it should. I had to reorder a couple coils back here. I don't know if you can see, it's pretty stinking dark back here. Okay, if you remember, I ordered these 3 coils, here, here, and here. Well, the 1,000, well, what I did was I just took the number off of this coil and ordered 3 coils, thinking that all 3 of those coils are the same. Well, don't do what I do, and don't do that. Look them up and order the right coils, because these 2 are totally different than those 3. These are G31 2000s and these are G30 1500s. So I reordered those, and we'll take them back out. And I had to unhook those 2 coils, because those are the ones that wanted to keep sucking in and resetting the machine. So I know it's probably not in these coils. It's in the reset coil, or in that under the playing field, I think, is where our problem is. we won't know for sure until we get in there and really start diving into it and checking it out and doing some diagnosing of the problems. And we get that, then we can really start moving forward, because the mechanical part of it we can get, no big deal. So let's get started on getting this playing field touched up. Now what I'm going to do, what color I'll do first, is I'm going to do this light blue first because there's a lot of it, and I want to go ahead and get that all done, all the light blue. Or I can do the black, because the black's pretty simple, most of the black, but I need to do the blue so I can draw in my this guy's knee is in here, and a little bit of yellow here on the corner, but I need to get his knee in first, and then the blue up in here. You know, we can do the blue. So we're going to do the blue first. Then we can paint over the blue, like the yellow and that cream color. We'll get the blue on, that light blue on, and then we'll work from there. So let me get started mixing up some paint and see how close I can get it. And then we'll come back and we'll take a look and see what it looks like. Okay, got some blue mixed up, and it looks awful close. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little bit, I'm going to paint a little bit under where the post goes. What do you think? Is that pretty close? Or does it still need just a little? Now it'll change colors as it dries. Should darken up a little bit when it dries, because we're just a hair light, but it should darken up as it dries. So I think I might, I don't know, kind of happy with that. What do you think? Look good? Looks pretty close. Let's go ahead and paint her with that. Well folks, it's all touched up, clear coated. I went ahead and clear coated it instead of waxing it. I figured a clear coat's going to hold up a lot better. You can see I got her all touched up. Doesn't look too bad. Some of my colors are off a shade or two, but man, I'll tell you, that's one of the hardest things, is to mix color to match. So all I can say is just get it as close as you can. People are going to bitch no matter what. Excuse my language. People will complain no matter what you do. They're going to say, oh, it's off a color, it's off a shade. But you know, as long as you're happy with it and I'm happy with it, then who cares what anybody else says? You can see we got her all filled in. Pretty close, pretty close. Got my letters done. Stop tunnel. I'll put in the N that was missing. And finished up that T, half that T was missing. But we got her matched up pretty close. It looks good. What's nice about using acrylics and the clear coat I use is, you know, you can strip it off and it can be redone by somebody else if they want to redo it. But that's up to them. Yeah, let's see, yeah, we touched up the cabinet, got all the holes filled in, and everything all kind of cleaned and touched up. went ahead and put the aprons on. You didn't really need to see me put the aprons on. Now the tunnel, what I come up with is I cut out a gasket, which will go down in there, and 4 shims to put in there so it'll be even with the playing field, so the ball doesn't go thump thump over that clear plexi. And let me get that plexi. I polished him out, so you can see it's gonna be good. Next is to finish putting the playing field together, and we can start on mechanicals on this machine and see what we can find out. Yeah, I do know that some of it's working anyway. So at least, you know, it's recognizing that, you know, it's on anyway. It's got power. And I know I showed you the door. It's a little ripply and kind of beat up, but at least it fits right now. So it fits. Put new springs on the plunger. So yeah, it's starting to look pretty good. If you remember what it looked like before I started touching it up, you'll know that it's a heck of an improvement. And let's see, the other side, yeah, the other side I did the same thing. I had to touch up the cabinet where those finishing nails and those where they had bolts through for that security pan. And I think it turned out good. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's goat head. Let's get the playing field put together and see what she looks like all put together. Okay, playing field's all done. We got her finished up. If you noticed some kind of some breaks in the, as I was putting this together, I had to keep referring to the manual, showing me where everything goes. And it's been a while since I took it apart. At least this one gives you everything, and it shows you tells you what size to put where. So at least I was able to look at that, and there were some times I had to kind of stop and look and think about and remember what the hell I was doing, especially over in this area. I know it's not a complicated playing field, but you know, if you haven't, I took it apart, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks ago while I was working on the playing field, so you kind of lose what the hell you were doing. So we're done with the playing field. She's all finished up, ready to go. Next we got to start working on the mechanics, the mechanical part of this, and that'll be in the next episode. As you can see, I got that polished up, and now you can see down in there. Don't mind the light. Now you can see down all the way down in there. Let me get over here. Maybe we can see it. There we go. Now you can see all the way down in there, where before that thing was so hazy you couldn't even see what was in there. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. And if you like it, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and I'll bring you more cool pinball videos and arcade and whatever else we can get into. So until next time, until next episode, see ya.